Carlos, you awake over there too?
Huh?
Right,
What?
yeah, exactly.
Huh?
I'm just going to introduce Mr. Shawn Wallace here, business monetization strategist. Shawn is a coach and consultant that helps his clients grow their business and intellectual properties into thriving revenue streams. Over a decade of sales, online marketing, and business monetization experience, he delivers high impact strategies that allow established entrepreneurs and startup businesses to quickly and effectively monetize their offerings through optimized value propositions and consumer funnels. There's at least one word I recognize in there, funnels. And as an entrepreneur himself, Shawn embraces the mentality that if a business is not making profit, it's just a hobby. In his spare time, Shawn enjoys playing poker, teaming up with his branding strategist wife, and spending time with his children. Now, be honest, which of these three do you like doing best?
Oh man.
You don't have to
set them up. You set them up.
You don't have to answer.
No, it's all good. Well, I mean, the wife's not here, but she knows I love playing.
Okay, well, I think
this will be recorded, and she will hear this.
Oh man,
it's possible. I think a lot of that bio was above my my vocabulary level, and so I'm going to let you say a few words and just explain to us yourself a little bit about what it is that you do and what your business does.
Yeah, awesome, man. Yeah, well, for the most part, yeah, that is a pretty cool bio. It's just funny hearing it repeated back to yourself. But yeah, I've been in sales pretty much my whole entrepreneurial journey. So I started off with traditional sales, offline sales, just in a variety of different things. And I came online looking to grow a business at the time, which was network marketing. So I wanted to learn how to generate leads. But I guess long story short is I got into the whole technical world of funnels and capture pages and sales pages and stuff, and kind of seeing that difference that, you still need to be able to take those words and put them into a persuasive way to be able to sell information, products, opportunities, or whatever it may be. So I just started to help clients do that, and leveraging the platforms out here to be able to do that. My biggest thing is helping people be able to increase their customer lifetime value through a sequence of upsells and cross sales, things of that nature. But I think more importantly was just really just selling the technical aspect. It makes a lot of sense to business owners. They understand they have to sell their product, but I think the technical piece is where I found a lot of people didn't know how to put those functionalities together. So as a whole, I help people be better at what they do so they can just focus on selling their product or service and don't have to worry about the technical stuff.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a second. So who is it specifically that you help, taking our own marketing advice, and I'm sure your advice too, selecting that single target market that you go after? Who is it that you're serving at least the best?
That's a great question, man. Yeah, it took a minute to narrow that down, but right now we were pretty broad at first. Still with just business and consultants and coaches. And then as you know, though, too, we had to narrow that down a little bit more to kind of carve out our space in the niche. So right now, specifically, we've been working with like fitness trainers. And well, let me back up. We were getting a lot of fitness trainers, but we narrowed it down again to just in the health arena. So anyone that's in the health and nutrition area, so that could be now a fitness trainer, or maybe we got a vegan coach, and things that just kind of just fit in that arena, if you will, but they're still coaches and consultants in the health arena. So I hope that narrowed it down a little bit more for you.
Yeah, it's great when you can select something that you can go after. You'll be able to identify those people and those common traits that they have, just so you know where they are and where they're hanging out, so you could access them. But I'm sure your portfolio kind of builds and snowballs too, right? Because you've got all these pieces that you can show. I've done something very similar to what you do. So yeah, good stuff. Carlos, I can't hear you. What happened?
Damn, I've been talking to myself this whole time. No wonder you guys are just talking right through me, man.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I did not sabotage you.
No, I clicked on the mute button. I had to cough and I forgot to unmute it, man. My bad. All right, so Shawn, man, that was a mouthful. And how long have you been doing that, man?
I'm going on a little over 8 years. Yeah, going over 8 years. The first half was the learning curve for myself. And then one time I just looked up and I was like, man, I've just got a lot of assets here that I've learned. So I've been helping business owners for like the last 4 or 5 years, but collectively making funnels and sales pages and stuff for about 8 years now.
Got it. So then what software are you the most comfortable with? Please say ClickFunnels. Please say it.
Yeah.
You don't have to cater. You don't have to cater.
No, but what's so cool now, I'll be honest with you, I've used them all, man. So I've started from HTML where I was coding them myself, back in the day, to optimize press, started off with leads pages, and I finally converted y'all to ClickFunnels, bro.
Boom! In your face, Chris.
I got up in ClickFunnels, and it's bad. It's a sweet program. I love it. It's even easier for me. And then what I really love about it, I mean, it's okay if the clients see this though, but I even tell them too, because it's easier for me and I know how to work this stuff. And anyone can use ClickFunnels, but it still comes to that point where, everyone's still a learning curve for them and understanding the process of funnels and how to integrate all that stuff. But man, I am so in with ClickFunnels right now. I just sent them a support ticket. Can I add multiple merchant accounts? And they're like,
well, the answer is you can, if you have the full suite, you could put up to 3 merchant accounts now.
Yeah.
And but if you just have the basic $97 suite, it's only 1 merchant account, which that's how they get you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so they know that their stuff is powerful. I wish I could host all of my accounts.
I would just like to say, anyone listening to this podcast, we do not have any part ownership or deal
right
with the software. No. Any competitors are welcome to approach us with their no, I'm just saying.
Right.
No, the software is just good. The software is just amazing. I mean,
it does a lot.
Like I said, it's bad because it includes everything all in one software. You can have an information product. You can have the sales process inside of the same system and list building part of it. So it's just like a one-stop shop, and it actually works and it integrates really, really well with all the other good software. So that's why I like it, and Shawn uses it.
Yeah.
Right? So
I know.
I was going to say it took me a minute to convert because I had all this other stuff, and I know Russell, but Russell, his stuff is great. I've been following him for years, and I was using all these other components. So like, I don't know, I'll throw out Samcart out there, but I was using them to like bring in my self-branded one-click upsell. So when I seen all that stuff was in like one place, I was like, sweet.
Right.
And then from a client perspective though too, I don't mind the $297 because I just kind of pass that on, and it's still really affordable for my clients too as well. So
yes. Yep. Okay.
Have you had a chance to try that new Igloo landing page software yet?
No, I haven't. I haven't tried that out.
It just came out like 2 weeks ago. We just got it, so we're starting to dabble with it. It's a lot like ClickFunnels. It's a platform outside of ClickFunnels or WordPress. It's not like the other stuff, but we're giving it a shot so we can go ahead and see if it's something we want to offer to our, because it's something we can host internally as well without having them to have their own.
The landscape is always changing. There's always going to be new stuff coming out, and just trying to stay ahead of the game.
Sure.
So we talked about who you were serving a little bit, the coaches and consultants, and you narrowed that down a little bit more, and you got into the health, fitness, nutrition sort of genre. I'm sure I'm not wording it exactly like you did, but you're getting into that. And then so you're helping these guys to what? I got a little bit off of your videos and things on your website about it seemed like you had a lot of focus on helping them to sort out their brand positioning and make them out to be the expert and having that professional appeal more than maybe what they had going on in the first place before they came to you. So you give them this real professional look. You set up their branding in a way where they can command the kind of clients that they want. And so why don't you talk about that a little bit if you're still there?
Oh man, either his eyes are really closed or he's frozen.
That's what I'm saying. I put people to sleep. When I'm talking.
Chris, you're so boring. Oh no, he's totally gone now. Oh man.
I've offended him, and he just shut down.
You know what,
I saw
man?
his eyes close, and he just.
It was done. I wish we could have just totally screen saved that one, man. Screenshotted that. That would have been great, man. Oh, wait, is that him? There he is.
There you go.
Man.
I don't know how much of my rambling you were able to catch.
It was right, you know, right when you started, man.
When he started talking.
Sorry, as soon as you started talking. I heard you transitioning into your next question, but I didn't catch it all.
So you help those types of clients with their brand positioning so you can make them look more professional and start commanding the type of clients that they want. So why don't you talk a little bit about that? I know that you've got a unique process going on. So just briefly, if you could go through those points quickly on the process of what you do for clients and setting up their brand positioning.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So, like we just said, is I handle the marketing piece. So, you know, I just got married to my wife, going on 2 years now, and she was thank you. And she, before we came together and brought our entities together, she handled a lot of the branding and things of that nature. She worked with some of the higher food brands, if you will, and then she took her expertise and started helping more of the smaller entrepreneur with those same type skill sets. So it was funny because, like I was talking about earlier, is I understood sales copy and all that. I was a salesperson. I was analytics and just result driven. So when I first came online, man, I was running around with Mohawk and like jewelry and stuff like that because I thought branding was just be who you are, which it really is. You know, just be transparent.
Somewhat, yeah.
Somewhat, you know. But at the same time, if you want to attract a certain person, you need to put that out there. So when you asked me about that, I actually learned a lot from branding from my wife and, well, the next premium positioning of branding, if you will, and how to get that message across so it wasn't salesy. That was her biggest thing, is she didn't ever want to be salesy in her copy because, you know, I came from that make money online niche, so it was a little aggressive and things of that nature. So she helped me with understanding how you can still be persuasive with the language, but just talking directly to your client and speaking more to their needs and their pain points and things of that nature. Like I understood that, but come across from how you want people to receive that brand. So when you ask, how do we help them in the positioning? We talk to them about both of those things. Like, how do you want your brand to come across? What is your personality? You know, what kind of colors do you like? Like, who is it that you want to attract? And then from there, the process, and that's kind of where I come in. I take that brand that we put together and just go through the process, as you guys know, like helping them determine like, what is that pain point they're looking to solve for their client? How can we put something out there with a lead magnet or, you know, whatever it is to exchange the email for their name and email for this item that we have that'll provide more value to them for free. And I talk to them about moving the free line. I learned from like Evan Pagan, like, so give them your best stuff. Like, what is the best thing that we can give them where they can get a result up front, you know, before they even buy anything from you, so that no like and trust factor is built from the get-go. And then we talk about how to increase that customer lifetime value through low ticket sales and upsells and stuff like that.
That's very interesting. You know, the people that are listening to this, I think they're going to get a lot of value. They do the kinds of things that you do, that we do. They build funnels for people. They're funnel architects. I have the group Funnel Architects, and a lot of them are going to be listening to this podcast. So I think you're dropping some serious nuggets here about how to about, you know, really the psychology between, you know, them, the architect, you, the architect, and the client, and how you can set yourself up as the professional, guiding them through a process of, you know, helping them along, choosing with their branding, choosing their colors, their fonts, their positioning, their how, you know, where in the market they want to be, and just kind of guiding them through that entire process, rather than just being the technical guy that says, okay, I'm here, what do you want?
Right.
And so there's that relationship that's got to be built up.
Absolutely.
I saw in your video too, one of the things that stood out that said something about, you know, begin with the heart. Begin with the heart, because I think the clients themselves, when they come to somebody like you or us, or maybe some of the people listening, they come with maybe an idea in their mind, or they come with a desire, at least, right? A desire to be able to attract certain types of clients, a desire to be in a certain position. So you're starting with that heart. But then it also said something interesting, that you end with it as well.
Yeah.
Making sure that what you finally ended up producing, they're excited about, they're happy about that. And they really love it, and they're ready to launch.
That's it. Yeah. That's totally, that's from the branding perspective. And you hit it right on the nose. Is Once again, want to be transparent, because the other thing is you want to be able to attract and repel. So that was the biggest thing that I learned, is you actually want to repel the people that you don't want to as well. So that way you're attracting the people that you do. So if you're speaking from the heart and it's you, and it's vibrating your emotions through your brand, like I say, the colors and your logo and stuff, it's you. So that way, if someone comes to it and they don't resonate with it, well, that's just as good as a person who does resonate, because we want to, like I say, we want a person to connect with you before they even actually connected with you. And then when we get done with your brand and your funnel, we also want that to resonate with the client, where they like, I love this. Because if they don't love it, and now they're going out here pushing something that they don't like, that's going to come across too as well. So we want to start with the heart and end with the heart. You hit it right on the nose. Absolutely.
Yeah, good stuff. Definitely, we want all of our marketing, all of our messaging, all of our automations to not only be there to attract, which everybody knows that part. It's there to attract. I want to get leads. I want to increase conversions. They completely forget about the other half, which is to sift, sort, and screen all these people, because you want your ideal prospects coming out the other side. You don't want anybody and everybody. You'll be wasting all your time on the phone. And so your marketing is really designed to do both. And I think a lot of people do leave that out of the equation. So,
Shawn, you do this full time? Is it what you do full time?
Yeah, full time now, man. Yeah, full time. Definitely been a journey, but I would say I'm at the prime of my career now, man. So full time. Finally started charging some premium prices. That was a shift in mindset even for myself. Because when I first got started, I was underselling myself. I just wanted to get clients, but I think we all kind of start there, to the point where I was like, how can I make more money? But it doesn't necessarily require more work. So it also took positioning on my end. So I was attracting more of a premium client, if you will. And so, yeah, I just.
So what made you decide that? Like, I know that I've read, I mean, just recently I started reading the 4-Hour Work Week just right now.
Okay.
But is there something that inspired you to say, you know what, I'm going to go take the leap and start charging prices that I never thought I'd be charging ever?
Yeah, it's like hanging around guys like yourself, man. I think it's after we collaborate and you kind of realize, I think the biggest thing was the value that I didn't recognize that I recognize that I have it, but it's like, how do you put a price on what you do for someone? So like I said, I was starting off really small, a couple $100, $500 for a funnel. And then I think what really resonated, sometime I'll look up, and I still had a lot of work to do, and there was no more money coming in from that client. I couldn't go back and charge him no more. So that started to resonate. Like, I think I'm underselling myself. I'm spending a lot of hours. It's not about the hours. So I think the transformation, I think, to answer your question, was it's the results that you're getting the client. Like how are you helping them increase their business? So once I started looking at that, like, what are they selling? So especially if they sell like $1,000 product or so forth, it was easy for me now to justify a 5-figure ticket, or $6,000-$7,000, because I only have to help them get 4 or 5 sales to justify. So now it wasn't about what I'm doing behind the scenes. I started justifying by the results that I was going to help them get. And once I did that shift, it was easy for them to kind of see it, even though, because what's hard about us, we sell something that's not tangible. They can't touch it really, So once I started understanding that we're selling results, I focus there. And I make sure they understand I'm committed to them getting those results, and I'm gonna stick with them and continue to coach them and mentor them until we get those results. And I know what we do works, and that was a shift for me once I understood to focus more on results than what we were actually building.
Now, do you qualify your people before you work with them, or you work with anybody?
No, absolutely not. We definitely qualify them first, send through a qualification type thing. That was another thing we had to learn though too, as well. There was like a learning curve through the process. But no, we qualify them. We want certain things in place. So for instance, like I would like for them to kind of already have some content or a lead magnet or some things. It doesn't have to be all the way developed, but versus working with someone who doesn't even have an ebook or have any videos or have any content, because we don't necessarily want to create that. We want to help you leverage your intellectual property that you already kind of have in place and show you how to reposition that better to get better results in your business. So, yeah, that helps a lot, if that makes sense. Like hopefully, they have some stuff in place and they understand it, and then if they don't, it makes sense. So we'll still try to point them in the right direction, or I'll coach them. But when it comes to, or give them some consulting advice, when it comes to like building something, there's some things that we would like to see in place for sure.
Do you have a whole value ladder system in place, like a lot of these internet marketing people do, or that we see over and over again? We go from the free thing to the cheap thing to the core thing to the higher end back offer thing. Do you have anything like that in place right now, or are you just going straight from your marketing to a phone call and then you got your core service?
So you're talking about, for me specifically, do I have a higher value? I'm just a 3-step funnel guy. So you and a lot of our stuff has been coming from the work. So the work's been selling our stuff for us though too. But to answer your question, just a 3-step high ticket, present some value, get on a phone call, make an offer, Okay. So mine is always on the phone call. So I do have a structured way that I take people through this formatted phone call, which I also learned though too, which is super powerful. So when you ask me, do I qualify them? It's actually in this phone call process. And it's just like a little 7 steps. And it's just about like building rapport. I don't even talk a lot about myself. It's just like that bio that you had. That's pretty much it. I actually let them know I'm an open book. If you have questions that you want to ask me, let me know. The whole conversation's about them. So why are you on this phone call? How can I help you? What do you want to get away from this phone call? I'm going to leave you with a few steps and tricks that you could take away today, regardless if we do business or not. Like I just get deep into like, what is it that they're looking to accomplish? So I always like to tell our clients and myself, we're doctors. So how can I prescribe something to you if I don't know what your symptoms are or what your pain points are?
Yes.
So I focus in on that. And then after I have that, I'm like, hey, okay, I want to prescribe something to you. If it makes sense, would there be any reason that we can't do business outside of figuring out some good numbers? And like 90% of the time, they always say, no, there's no reason we couldn't move forward, because they see that I truly had an invested interest in trying to help them. So it's awesome. So to answer your question, it's just more of a 3 steps. I just try to get people onto the phone.
And do you have any sort of lead magnets to get you there now, or is at this point it's just it's pretty much referrals because of your performance?
Definitely a lot of referrals because of performance, but initially it was webinars. That was my lead magnet.
Okay.
Do a webinar
Good.
or blog posts. I was driving some Facebook traffic to blog posts, still building that value. And then that blog post, you'll lead them to a webinar. On the webinar, we'll ask for the consultation.
Good and stuff. You do all this yourself? You build all the funnels, everything, or do you outsource anything?
Well, I can't wait to get to that 4-hour work week when I'm outsourced. it's all in-house right now between me and my wife.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it's definitely keeps us busy. But once we built our stuff, you kind of know how that is. It was kind of like we built it, so all we had to do then was just focus on like lead generation because the rest of the stuff worked. But yeah, we built it all, man. We built it all. I love it. Like I love the technical aspect. From the entrepreneur side of things, I love building something, as you guys know, just something from scratch, man, and watching it work is like the most awesome feeling.
Yeah.
But yeah, we build it all, and then with stuff like ClickFunnels, it's making it easier now, brother. So
no, so you know what? Here's a challenge that and I asked this. I forgot the gentleman's name from last the last podcast, but working from home is hard because you're by yourself.
For sure.
What do you do to stay focused or try to get as much done as possible? Because working straight for 8 hours is really hard, especially if you're working from home. So do you have a little trick that you use or that you're still trying to perfect to make it so that you don't lose focus and you can always come back and keep the work going?
I think that's always work in progress, man. It's tough. As you know, it's tough. Even working with the wife, it's challenging, but I think that's what's helped us grow. Like I don't really have a solid answer for that. I'm still learning on, but I can tell you what we have done. We definitely have put some things in place like a client management portal. So that helped. I like to write out my day's stuff the day before. So I always make a list. That really helps. So I'll have like a list of maybe like 10 things. That helps a lot. I don't care if it's just taking out the trash or something that don't have to do with work. It's when I'm crossing them off, I feel like I'm getting stuff accomplished, which is pretty cool. What's also been helping is just like get up and like walk for like 30 minutes of the day, like try to get up at like 7, because like if you get up and you get energy rolling, I feel more productive by the time 1 o'clock comes around. I've actually knocked off a lot of stuff. So that helps. And then the last thing that we just did, man, Home Depot, I went and bought the erasable chalkboard. No, well, that was my mistake, actually, dude. My wife was like, I painted this whole wall, bro, with this chalkboard. I wanted the erasable drywall stuff, so it ended up becoming my primer. But anyways, we painted up our whole wall now, so I have a whole basement that's a complete white wall. So that way we can now like keep our projects and stuff up there and be able to see it from like a bird's eye view. We both can look at it. So those are things that we're putting in place that helps. And I think I'm liking this white wall already because you can see the projects, kind of see where we're at as far as time.
I could just picture it's like CSI down there, right?
Yeah.
You got like pins or I guess it'd be magnets or something, and like
you got yarn from one pin
string
right on there.
Saying it's all gonna make sense. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But I think from an organizational standpoint, still working on it, man. Like you said, working from home is very challenging. We've talked about getting an office that's out of the house just to get out of the house, you know?
Yeah.
And getting one of those collaborative working spaces and stuff.
Yeah.
So still work in progress, man. You know, I think that's just part of our journey though. But, you know, if you get focused, I think the biggest thing is just focus and set goals. So that's been helping, setting goals, getting clear on what we want to accomplish, income-wise and stuff like that kind of helps us break it down a little bit more, like the most income-producing activities to do.
Yeah, man. No, that's fun, and I know I have that challenge, and I'm always trying different things. And one of what this last guy said, he said he wakes up early in the morning to work out. Mm-hmm. And then the first 4 hours, all he does is just focus on just hardcore work. Mm-hmm. And then takes a lunch break, a mandatory lunch break. And then he goes ahead and then he just does light work just to kind of just upkeep. But always the morning is where he crushes out the bulk of the stuff. But he doesn't do any multitasking. He doesn't do anything else other than just working on the bulk of the stuff.
Let me leave you guys with this one though too. I got this from Evan Pagan though too. But like you just said, focus on your highest income producing activities first. And I've tried this and it actually works. But he works in 60-minute blocks. So you're working a 60-minute block. Take a 15-minute like rest because your mind has to, need that little break. Come back and work on another 60-minute block. Take another 15-minute break. And then pretty much like you just said, but if you do those higher income activities first early in the morning, because that's when your brain's got the most power and so forth, really helps. Because he was just saying that, like what you're saying, one reason we need to focus is it takes 20 minutes to get into a flow. If you break that flow, it takes another 20 minutes to get back to where you were. So if we ever break that flow, that's why I said I need like a more of a. Luckily, when the kids aren't here, I'm better. But when the kids are here, it's tough.
No, man, I can attest to that.
I love talking with other funnel architects because it's so easy to get lost in this whole little world of feeling alone, and then hearing that everyone else goes through basically the same exact stuff that I go through.
Right.
Okay, you know what? I'm not alone. I don't feel so bad after all. So yeah, man, I learned a lot, man. Thank you so much. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing this. Every time I talk with someone new, there's always something else I get to pick up, and I really appreciate you taking the time with us, man. Because I had some fun. I got some good knowledge. Are you here in the States?
Yeah, I'm in Denver, Colorado.
Oh man, is it snowing over there?
No, not now. We're in like 90 almost. Well, we've had 100 degrees the last few days out here.
Oh man, I don't even know what cold weather is over there. No, that's true. Right. I'm in Miami, bro.
All right. Yeah, no, we get snow, so y'all don't ever see that. But no, it's warm now. We're out of that phase.
Well, it was once again, thanks for talking with us, Shawn. I think people that are listening are going to get a lot out of this episode. Just like the last one, you are episode number 2. Congratulations, and I really appreciate it. I posted in the group earlier. I said, back when I was a painting contractor, I would try to get people to talk to me. I would call other painting contractors and try to get them to talk to me. I would work for other painting contractors and try to get them to talk to me. I had an uncle that was a painting contractor, and I was trying to get him to talk to me, and nobody was saying anything, not about their prices, not about how they got clients, not about how they did anything at all. No processes, nothing. It was like a secret. They were protective, right?
Chris, let's just be real, man. Nobody wants to talk to you, bro.
Yeah, so maybe that could be, but I feel blessed now and just thankful that, the last guy that came on and you here now are just coming on and then freely giving of your time and sharing these things with us. So I'm getting a lot out of it, and I really hope everyone else is too.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you guys for, bringing me out. It was an honor to, share some value and connect with other like minds. And thank you for letting me be a part of the community, man. I see you got a nice community going on, so I'll definitely stay plugged in and provide the value that I can inside your community too as well. And
where can everybody go and learn a little bit more about you?
If they want to find out about me, Facebook's a good start, Shawn Wallace. But if you want to check out our website, it's wallacemarketinggroup.com. And there you can find out about our services and how we help our clients.
Yeah, I just made a request to your marketing mastermind for coaches Facebook group. So you find my request there.
All right, cool.
All right, guys. Good to go.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time, bro.
No problem. Thank you. Guys, have a good day.
Bye-bye. Bye.